Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be how the narcissist patrols the webs. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So the narcissist is continuously patrolling the webs that they have cast. Meaning, did they get somebody to fall into the trauma bond? Are they removing somebody from a web? Are they having multiple people in different webs at different times? All of these things and so many more are what encompass the narcissist's life. Day to day, week to week, month to month, the narcissist is always changing people in their lives. Now again, you may have married the narcissist. Maybe you were born into the family of the narcissist. Maybe the narcissist is your neighbor, colleague, coworker, whomever. The narcissist is always, and I mean always, looking for new supply. They're looking for the next new shiny object. And when the narcissist casts webs, many times they have people that will fall into these webs that the narcissist has cast. And these people, maybe it was even you, maybe you married the narcissist, maybe you had children with them, maybe the narcissist was a colleague, a business partner, a friend of 30 years. But the narcissists, remember, they knew what they were doing. They know what they're doing right now, and they know what they're going to do in the future. They cast so many webs of manipulation, so many webs of deceit, destruction, lies, misery, manipulation. This is what the narcissist does. They go around the globe looking for unsuspecting people. And the other webs that the narcissist patrols are the webs on the internet. Many of us call them the interwebs. Well, that's what the narcissist, many times that's how they get their supply. From dating apps, from social media, from stalking other people's pages and or accounts, etc. You see, the narcissist has multiple webs. Not only the ones that they work on in real life, meaning in your physical proximity, day-to-day interactions, if you will, but also the webs they're casting on the interwebs. Now, these things, they encompass what the narcissist wants to do. What they want to do is continue to stay in the loop of misery, the loop of manipulation, the narcissistic abusive cycle, which is the loop that they cannot escape. They want to capture people for any length of time, a day, a week, a month, a year, a decade, the rest of your life, and they want to keep them trapped in that narcissistic fog, believing in the mask, believing in the words of the narcissist. Notice how so frequently when you were communicating with the narcissist, maybe even in the beginning of the relationship, they would tell you certain things like, yeah, I'll be there next week, or yeah, let's meet for lunch at this time, or let's do this, or I'll catch you online here, we could have a call, whatever you're gonna do. But they would change those plans, or they would not respond to you, and they would drag it out. And this is when the narcissist was trying to hook you. You see, the narcissist, they dazzle you with beautiful images. They dazzle you with social media. They dazzle you with their words. They dazzle you with their charm. They dazzle you with future faking and the promise of what will never be. And when you fall into these relationships and you are living your life according to another person who turns out to be a narcissist, it's not a good place to be, because now you're hoping to communicate with them. You're wondering where they are. Are they going to show up? Are they not? Are they going to do what they said they were going to do, etc.? See, when you're caught up in the narcissistic fog, you're in a big web. You didn't know it, but you know it now. And the path to get out of that web is to go no contact and to block these people, delete them, and remove them from your life and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. That is why so frequently I suggest to people, if you're on a dating app, enter cautiously, tread lightly. Not everybody on a dating app is who they claim to be. Then again, not everyone in real life is who they claim to be. So be careful, have your boundaries up, and understand that the narcissist is always spinning webs, and they want to get people tricked and trapped into these webs. And what is the end game of the narcissist so many times? Well, number one, it would be to keep you trapped so you don't escape. Number two, to slowly extract your energy, which includes your money, time, your energy, your effort, your love, empathy, your future. The narcissist wants to take away your health, your hobbies, your network of friends, your relationships. They want to take your job away from you. They do not want you to succeed. And to the narcissist, it's one big game of manipulation. To you, this is your life. Play that again. Your life should not be placed on hold by anybody other than yourself. If you want to slow your life down, go for it. And that's what so many of us have done on the healing path post-narcissistic relationship. We've had to slow our lives down, insulate ourselves, protect ourselves, stay in the cocoon of boundaries as long as it took, really process childhood wounds, heal, meditate, journal, see a therapist, watch videos, and really realize that there are a lot of people on the planet, maybe even your own spouse or your brother or sister or mom or dad, who didn't and don't and never will have your best interest at heart. You see, it was always advantage for the narcissist from the beginning of that relationship, whenever you met them, whether you were born into the relationship or you fell in love with the narcissist knew who they were. They knew that they would be casting webs. They knew that they could play the victim card to you. They knew that they could play on your empathy. They knew that you would do the right thing. They knew that you wouldn't give up. They knew that they could keep you trapped in that narcissistic fog. And again, what happened? Well, I'll tell you, the narcissistic relationship that you were and or perhaps are still a part of, it broke, but it didn't just break one time. There were micro breaks, which actually were macro breaks during the whole body of the relationship. This is the narcissistic abusive cycle in little mini cycles in the overall body of the relationship. So example, let's say your relationship was 10 years. Well, in that 10-year span, I am certain you went through multiple mini cycles each and every month or period of a couple of months. And then ultimately, that relationship broke because the narcissist was trying to break it throughout all those mini cycles. It's like death by 1,000 paper cuts. Eventually something will give because each and every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. You're learning that, you're knowing it, you're understanding that these people don't think like you. You're also getting the wisdom that the narcissist wants to play on your heartstrings. They want you to leave that door open, just a crack, so they can kick it wide open whenever they want to and extract more resources from you. Now, many times I know I say the same messages over and over again. It's to repeat them to you, so eventually when you're watching one of my videos, one of these will click and you'll get a light bulb moment and you'll be like, oh, that's what he meant. That's what Andrew meant. He meant to close that door and nail it shut, super glue it, gorilla glue it, do whatever you have to do, but make sure that door is never open again so that the narcissist will never have access to you. When the door is closed and you go no contact, etc., maybe even you relocated, but you've removed yourself from the toxicity of the narcissistic relationship, so many things will return. Your health will return, your energy will return, your clarity will return, your finances will return, your network of friends that you'll have to rebuild, or perhaps there will be some relationships from the past of people that are not in communication with the narcissist. Maybe you could rebuild those or patch those up, maybe even with your own immediate family members, meaning your brothers or sisters or your kids or grandkids. The narcissist creates so much damage and they know what they're doing. They put their clothes on the exact same way you do every morning. They breathe the exact same air as you do. So they know what they are doing. And again, remember, the narcissist is at one end of the of humanity, if you will, and at the other end is the empath, which most likely is you. Empathy does exist. If narcissism exists, empathy is the polar opposite. It exists. That is what I am, and my hope is that is what you are. Not the narcissist, an empath, a kind, loving, stable, healthy person, a person which is a beautiful, bright, shining light. And we elevate and ascend higher than the sun, the moon, and the stars. And the narcissists knew this when they first saw us, and they cast a web, and they were hoping that we would fall into the web and believe in the mask and believe in the false narrative of the narcissist. And that's what we did. And we stayed in that narcissistic fog for a long period of time until something broke, like I keep mentioning. And when it broke, the reason it broke is because you either put up a boundary or you called the narcissist out, meaning you didn't call them a narcissist because you didn't know what narcissism was back then, but you stood up for yourself and you said something. And that's when the narcissist would scratch their head and say, it's time to insert the new supply. It's time to ramp up the grooming of the new supply because this person, which was you, they're catching on. They're not doing what I need them to do any longer. They are not being the unpaid helper as much. They're not being the walking apology. They're actually really focusing on themselves. Maybe even check out this one, see if this was you. When you were in the relationship, did you use gray rock without even knowing it? And for you people in the community that you're not sure what gray rock is, it's when you become dull and boring. You don't feed the narcissistic beast. You don't give them your energy or your emotions, or you don't tell them what you're doing or where you're going, etc. Many times people will implement gray rock when they're in the relationship without even knowing it. That is your instincts screaming within you, telling you something's wrong with this person, something's wrong with this relationship. I need to protect myself. And what will I do? I won't give the silent treatment like the narcissist was giving me. I will just withhold and withdraw a little bit and not be as available, and I just won't share that much information. I was one of those people that used gray rock before I even knew what it was. And believe me when I tell you, when you use gray rock and you don't even know what you're doing, that is one of the biggest red flags of all time, because you're trying to protect and insulate yourself because you're up against the behemoth, the narcissist, but you do not know that there's a term for it yet. You don't know what the definitions in the glossary on the narcissistic abusive cycle are, so you don't know what gray rock is. You don't or didn't know what gaslighting was. You didn't know what the smear campaign was. You didn't know what triangulation was. You didn't know what object constancy was. You didn't know what a rage fit was, although you experienced it. Rage fits, talk about that for a moment. When you experience rage fits in the relationship, you just chalked it up to the narcissist having a bad morning, a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, a bad year, bad decade, a bad life, because the narcissist needs to regulate themselves and they need a sounding board. They need somebody to verbally abuse, to mentally abuse, to emotionally abuse, to someone to abandon, to financially abuse. The narcissist, they are a petulant individual. They do want to implement as much damage to people as they can, but as soon as you call the narcissist out and say something, example like, hey, why are you treating me that way? They're just gonna spin it around on you and blame shift you. And they're gonna say, example, what are you talking about? If you didn't do this, I wouldn't do that. Or I'm sorry you feel that way. Or deal with it. This is how I am. This is who I am. This is where I'm from. This is what I do. Or I'm the only person, you're the only person I have a problem with. You see, the narcissist, there is no accountability. You are better off talking to any of those pine trees behind me and actually giving any one of those trees a big hug. Because why? Because the tree will feel your energy and it will actually give you some energy back, and that energy will be positive energy. Those trees provide the oxygen that we breathe. What does the narcissist do? The narcissist sucks the oxygen out of the room that we were walking into, or that we were in when the narcissist walked into the room. You see, the narcissist is an energy vampire. They have people walking around on eggshells. They have people falling into the webs, plural, that they cast, or the webs that they are monitoring or patrolling on the interwebs. This is what the narcissist does. That's why the narcissist has so many fake accounts on whatever social media platform you're talking about. This is why they have fly monkeys doing their bidding for them. This is why they are always looking and comparing sources of supply and figuring out where they are now. Can they get a better source of supply? And also, you need to remember, you are not supply. Supply is like Kleenex or Wipes or Clorox, etc. You are a beautiful, bright, shining light. You're a human being. You're an empath. You're a kind, loving, stable, healthy person. And you were in the narcissistic relationship for a period of time, or perhaps you're still in it. If you're in it, my hope is you're looking to get out of it and you are creating, developing, and beginning to execute an exit plan. Because once you've identified that you're in a toxic narcissistic relationship, it's 1 minute too long. There's no reason for you to stay in the narcissistic relationship. Now, again, if you have to stay tethered to them for a period of time because you're still waiting to get divorced or custody of the children or assets, etc., I get it. I understand all these things. I'm sharing, know that where you are today, my hope is not where you'll be in 3 months and 6 months and 9 months and 12 months. And understand that being free from the toxicity of the narcissist or any person is the path. The path is to get your cup full, to recharge your battery, to insulate yourself, protect yourself, to have boundaries, to learn to say no, the strongest word in the English language. And when you say no to something or someone, you are saying yes to yourself. That is a very big pill to swallow for many people, specifically empaths, because an empath is always looking to do the right thing and to put people in front of themselves and to build people up and to not quit and to believe in the victimness of other people. Well, eventually what happens with us empaths post-narcissistic relationship is we become the educated empath. This is when we dust ourselves off by the bootstraps. We rise through the ashes like a phoenix. We enter the third version of ourselves, the strongest, most galvanized version of ourselves known to humankind. This is rarefied air. This is where you reach, or you are reaching the mountaintop, the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop where you no longer care about the narcissist or any people from that period of time, because you see you can't unsee what you have seen. You were in the web. You didn't even know how you got in there. You crawled your way out of it. You reached the shore from you being adrift in the ocean of manipulation. You didn't know where the land was, but you finally figured it out because you were each and every day working hard on yourself, not for the narcissist. You were slowing your life down. You were wrapping your head around that narcissism is prevalent on the planet and that you fell into a narcissistic relationship. You learned the terms, the definitions, and the glossary on the cycle. You learned what everything was, from gray rock to the trauma bond and everything in between. And when you did that, now you have a superpower. And this is a superpower on steroids once you come through the fire, because now you see things crystal clearly. You don't have the rose-tinted glasses on anymore. You don't believe that everybody has your best interest at heart. You don't look for the goodness in everybody. That's another pivotal part that when I work with people during one-on-one sessions. They say that many times. They say, you know, I always want to see the good in some people, or in people. I just want to see the good in people. And the narcissist was no different. Well, my take on this, and we all have individual opinions on things, some people just don't have goodness in them. Let's put it that way. Or other people may have hidden agendas, and it may appear that they're good, or they have good interests at heart of other people, but they're doing it for the wrong reasons. Example, let's just say somebody donates money to a cause or an organization. Well, are they doing it and then posting it all over social media so they can get accolades and supply? Well, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons. If you're donating it and maybe you don't even say a word about it, well, that's the path. The path is doing things when no one's looking. The path is doing things because you can do things positive, and the path is doing things because you want to help out humanity. That's the exact contrast and or opposite of the narcissist. The narcissist wants to take, and when they're done, yes, they do want to take more, and they want to destroy. They want to drive wedges between people and anything that matters to them. They want to steal your health, your finances, your network, your status, your friends, your hobbies. They want to take whatever they can. And the webs that the narcissist is constantly patrolling, they're all over the internet. Think about the dating apps that I mentioned or social media platforms, and think about the narcissist when you were in a relationship with them. If they would post pictures on social media using 30 different filters to get the camera angle just right and the texture and the color and all these things, well, why would they do that? They're not doing it to say, look, I'm with you and I'm in a great relationship and I can just take a natural picture and post it. No, number one, you weren't even in the picture. Number two, they were making it look like they were living their best life because they were trying to groom other people to fall into the web of manipulation. That is what social media is for the narcissist. It's saying, look at me, and you're missing out on me, and you want to be with me, and I have such a great life, and you could have it too if you just fall into the web. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all built on quicksand. There is no stability in these relationships. There's no genuineness. There's no authenticity. All you get is manipulation. You get the narcissist using 30 different filters on 10 different social media platforms, and then they're crawling all over the dating apps, and they're trying to get people trapped again. And don't think that the narcissist needs to live in your city to manipulate you. They could live halfway around the world. They could live in 10 different time zones away from where you are. They could speak a different language and use a platform that translates for them. Translate. They could do whatever they want to these days. And I'll tell you another thing. In the year that we're in, and we're halfway through 2024, AI is here. It's here right now. And the narcissist is learning AI, and they're fine-tuning their craft to get the next level up on the empath. Remember, the empath, or the kind, loving, stable, healthy person who has not gone through the cycle, these are the people that the narcissist is really looking to take advantage of. These are the people that are not the educated empath because they haven't gone through the cycle. And my hope is they never do. But the point being is we need to now know our value. We need to trust our instincts and intuition. We need to pay attention to red flags, and we need to not be as trusting to complete strangers. And we need to not help anybody out just because they're asking for help. Now, I'm not a doom and gloomer. I want the best for everybody on the planet. I don't wish ill will upon anybody. I'm not going to begin today. I am saying after going through the cycle, I am a totally different person than I was years ago. I am now the third version. I'm in the third version of myself, the strongest, most galvanized version of myself known to me and known to humanity. My hope is that's where you are, that's where you're reaching, because once you go through the narcissistic abusive cycle and you understand that there are toxic people out there that really want to do damage to other people, and they get a kick out of it, a thrill out of it, they get supply out of it. These people need to be as far away from you as possible. And if you haven't gone no contact yet, my hope is today's the day you do it. Or if you're on a whole bunch of different social media apps, maybe today's the day that you remove yourself from one of them, or at least block toxic people or make your accounts private, whatever you need to do. But insulate and protect yourself, and understand there are two big webs that the narcissist casts. One in real life, if you're in the proximity of them, because they're living a life of illusion. They're living in a fantasy world. The narcissist is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. To the general public, they appear like everything's all puppies and rainbows and unicorns and butterflies and ice cream and marmalade. But behind closed doors, you get gaslighting, walking on eggshells, the silent treatment, the smear campaign. You get blame shifted, you get triangulated, you get everything. But the narcissist never thought that you would heal or block them or go no contact or find that needle in a haystack, which is that they are a narcissist. And the other web that they spin is on social media, or on the interwebs, if you will. They are crawling all over the internet. Now, I'm not saying don't go on the internet. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just trust fewer people. Pay attention to your instincts and your intuition, and realize that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And what I mean by that is after you've gone through the cycle and healed, you understand that you have very little patience or tolerance for any abuse at all. Physical, financial, verbal, anything. As soon as you get a whiff of some kind of something's wrong, you're out the door. You're gone. You don't have any time or patience for this because you went through the cycle and you know what it took to put yourself back together. So you will not tolerate this or surround yourself with people like this. Yet you can identify it from 10,000 miles away because that's what we have. We have a superpower, and it is a superpower on steroids once you rise to the ashes and you come through the fire like a phoenix. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that you are not alone. And the two webs I'm referring to, one, the interwebs, and two, the web of manipulation that they have people fall into the love bomb / euphoric stage devaluation. In other words, enter the cycle with them. These people know what they're doing, and they are master, and I mean master manipulators. And they will tell you anything they possibly can under the sun to get you to believe their sob story. That's why post-narcissistic relationship, many times the narcissist, not only do they become the aging narcissist, which is not a pretty sight to see, but their life implodes. It goes sideways because the best thing they ever had in their life was you. And you know it now, and I definitely know it, and now they know it. The thing is, not everyone's built like you. Are you an empath? Probably. Are you a rare breed? Absolutely. Are you an empath that went through the cycle and you came through the fire and rose to the ashes? Most likely you are. And if you are, you've gone through something that most people don't go through. You've conquered something that most people have no clue about. You speak the same language as I do, and now you can identify what toxicity is and what a narcissist is. The narcissist never, ever thought that you would outsmart them, that you would break the shackles, break the chains of the relationship, and that you would heal. They really sincerely believed you would stay stuck in that web, pining for them, wondering where they are, unblocking them, blocking them, playing the blocking game and thinking about them and giving them one more chance and going back for the 10th, 15th, 20th time. You see, nothing ever changes in the narcissistic relationship. It only deteriorates over time. And what happens is your health takes a massive hit. Your finances get decimated, your friends and networks get blown up, and you find yourself a shell of yourself, and you lose your identity to the narcissist. And they know this. They know what they're doing. That's why when you actually put yourself back together and you escape the webs of the narcissist cast, and you escape the interwebs of manipulation, meaning dating apps, etc., you understand that, wow, your life is calm, it's serene, it's peaceful, it's quiet, it's abundant, and you're having doors of abundance open up for you. You're having doors of opportunities open up for you. You're having doors of possibilities opening up for you. And now you can sleep until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or you can wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want to do. You can take a class, teach a class, read a book, write a book. You can travel. You can do whatever you want to do because this is your life, and you are now, or you are about to be narcissistic relationship free. You've done something that most people can't even fathom. They can't wrap their head around what narcissism is, and you conquered it, you beat it, or you are beating it. So again, reaching the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference, there are so many of us up there just waiting for you to arrive. Maybe you're going to arrive tomorrow, maybe you'll arrive in a week, maybe a few months, maybe next year, who knows, but continue moving forward each and every day. Do not give up. Don't ever give up. Continue to believe in yourself. Continue to know that your courage, your resilience, your strength, your determination, and your focus is the path. Leave the narcissist in the past. Let them spin their webs. Let them crawl all over the interwebs. Let them do whatever they're doing, but don't give them your attention. Don't give them your energy. Don't give them your time. Close the chapter of the book on the narcissist. Do it today. If not now, when? I love you all. God bless you. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves. Bye.